Hello and welcome to One Stop Co-op Shop Streamed, your one stop for co-op news and playthroughs. And today I'm playing through Marvel Champions, but specifically Quicksilver. This is the new Quicksilver deck. Every time there's a new deck that comes out, I try to do a first time playthrough and give my quick impressions on what's going on. Now I will be honest, normally it is my absolute unfiltered, like, first time seeing it impressions. It is not that this time because I had some horrible technical issues with the first video, so I'm recording it again for you guys. So I have a little bit of a sneak peek of what's in his deck, but that'll let me go through it a little bit faster. Anyway, so let's see what's going on. Draw my starting hand of 6. So, you got Pietro Maximoff. He's superpowered siblings. Action, discard 2 cards from your hand and draw 2 cards. Draw 3 instead if Wanda Maximoff is in play. So, and that's once per round. So even at the beginning of the game, you can really cycle through some cards pretty quickly, which is kind of neat. So let's see what else. I am taking on Ultron this time. By the way, if any of you have seen Age of Ultron movie, you'll probably know why. I feel like there's a little payback in order. So Quicksilver is going to try to pay back the Ultron over here. All right, when revealed, each player puts the top card of their deck engaged with them as a drone. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, actually, normally you discard and do all that stuff. So this is hero action. So on his hero side, he has super speed response. After you use one of Quicksilver's basic powers, you ready him, which, I mean, he's a 1/1/1. And this is once per phase, meaning you can do it once on when it's a hero phase and once when it's the villain phase. So you are going to be using him to defend a lot, which is good because I have an armored vest sitting right here in my opening hand. I also have always running, which lets me ready Quicksilver, which is really good. Play under any player's control. Exhaust Nerves of Steel to generate a resource on defense. You know what? With the strength card I have, I may actually play that on turn 1. Hero action, discard Civic Duty. Your hero gets +1 Thwart until the end of the phase. And discard Adrenaline Rush, and your hero gets +1 attack. So remember, if you're attacking multiple times, you can attack at least twice per phase, right? And then add these things on top of it. And then if you got something like Always Be Running, which allows you to ready and go again, man, that really could add up to some powerful stuff. But I'm actually going to discard these 3 cards because I want to build up here. Just like a lot of heroes in the game, he does better when he's built up a little bit at the beginning, I feel like. So double time is allows you to do 2 of the following. You may choose the same one twice. Deal 2 damage to an enemy or remove 2 threat from a scheme. Pretty good. Never back down. You get +2 defense and stun the enemy. This is probably my favorite new card in his deck. Now, I haven't seen the other ones. I did buy his deck. I have it sitting right next to me. But I have not looked through the out of class cards, but this is the favorite one I've seen so far that I'll definitely be adding. +2 defense. If you take no damage, you stun the enemy. Seems really good. I know there was something else. I think you readied was another card like this, +2 defense and ready in protection. If you blocked all their damage, but stunning is just so good. It basically skips, and especially against Ultron, who puts out drones every time he's attacking. All right, hero action, discard Adrenaline Rush. Your hero gets +1 attack. Okay. All right, so I am going to try to, because I don't think I need Never Back Down, definitely not. So I'm going to discard these 2 and draw 2 cards using his Pietro Maximoff ability. Sorry, I am just trying to be able to pay for defensive cards. Oh, I didn't even look at what my new cards were. So I got Quicksilver gets +1 Thwart. Now this is permanent. And then Multiple Man's really good too. After Multiple Man enters play, search your deck and hand for a copy of him and put him into play. So you get 2 copies of Multiple Man for 4, which is pretty good because, I mean, that's 2 just blocks for you. So that definitely goes along with protection theme for sure. All right, so do I want +1 Thwart or do I want +1 armor? So the problem with paying for +1 armor, even though it's really, really good, is that then I won't have, then I'll have to hold on to 2 cards because I'll have to hold on to Hyper Preparation I think I'm just going to pay 2 to put hyper preparation in, even though I'm not using the +1 thwart here, and I'm going to hold on to that armor. All right, so I get to do 2 things. Well, there's not a whole lot going on right now at the beginning of the game, so I am just going... Oh, I'm sorry. I should have put a card face down as a drone. So we'll do that now. I will attack and kill that drone. So let's see what this is. Oh, it's a double resource. That would have been nice. And then I ready myself, and I'm going to attack Ultron. Take that, Ultron. Lots of little puny pew-pew damages. Oh, just so you know the stats on a drone, let me put this down here. But drones at the beginning of the game are 1 attack, they add 1 scheme, and they have 1 life. So this is not a drone itself. It just reminds you when I have my face down cards here, what's going on. So let's see. We add 1 threat to the scheme, and then I am going to have him attack. He's attacking for 2. Oops, I did not ready myself, and I did not draw cards. Those are all things that are important when you're playing stuff. All right, unfortunately, oh man, 3 always be runnings. You got to be kidding me. Let me make sure I shuffled this well enough. I mean, I'm sure I did. So this right here is going to be doing no good for me. Exhausted to generate a lightning bolt, but only for a defensive event. Well, unfortunately, I have no defensive events. I'm not sure how I feel about Nerves of Steel. I mean, if you go heavy protection, I think it would be good, but it's hard to justify. I mean, it's the cost of most other resource cards, and it's very limited. So I'm playing it this game, but I'm not sure that I love playing it. I mean, the only thing I could say that's great about it is it gets it out of my deck, or gets one of them out of my deck, because I have several of them, and I certainly don't want several of them in my deck. I definitely, especially with this deck, which doesn't have a lot of defense costs on cards, but anyway. All right, so he's going to attack me for 2. Let's see, what is his special thing? Force response. After Ultron attacks you, choose to either place a threat on the main scheme or put the top card of your deck into play. Engage with you as a minion. Well, I got that +1 to thwart, so may as well use it, right? So after he attacks me, so he's going to attack for 2. I am going to defend because there's literally no reason not to, because he will unexhaust. Going to attack me for 2 + 2, so that's 4 damage. So I'm going to take 3 of that. Ouch. Now again, remember, super speed response after you use one of his basic powers. Ready him. Limit once per phase. So that's not once per round, that's per phase. So I do get to ready myself here. And then let's draw my bad card to see what happens. When revealed, discard an upgrade or support you control. If no cards were discarded this way, this card gains Surge. Well, I think we know which one's going to happen. It's not going to be the plus thwart, that's for sure. So, I mean, I guess the best part of playing Nerves of Steel is I can get rid of it. I don't know that's a good statement for Nerves of Steel itself. I mean, it's cool sounding, but I don't know. I'm not sold on it yet. Let's put it that way. All right. So back to my turn though. I definitely want to get this armor out, so I'm not going to get multiple man out. Let's pay for the armor. +1 armor. Blocking for 2 instead of 1 is always good. So then I'm going to attack. Or I'm sorry, I'm going to remove threat by thwarting. And then that readies me. I'm going to attack for 1. Take that, you fiend. And I'm going to always be running. Gosh, that is a lot of always be runnings. To ready myself and attack again. So that's another damage. Pink, pink, pink. Yeah, that plus attack would have been nice there. I could have gotten 4 attack off, or later on even up to 6. Always be running is a really good card, but I don't think I want it right now. I really want to build up early on all my plus to my stats. So I'm just going to try to cycle as fast as possible. I know his other side's better for that, but I don't know. I'm not ready to go to stage 2 of the threat yet. So +1 thwart, +1 thwart, and these are upgrades, so you don't even have to use them the turn that you put them in. So you could save it for a really big upgrade turn. Sidestep, well, there you go. I could have paid for that. And more armor. Unfortunately, max 1 per player. So this is really not going to be a great turn. I'm probably going to sidestep here. Take any amount of damage, prevent it. If you paid for it with a lightning, deal damage to the enemy. And none of them are lightning resources, of course. Of course. And nobody talks to a horse, of course, unless, of course, the horse is the famous Mr. Ed. Alright, so he is going to attack me for 2. And I am going to defend that, obviously. So, oh, I've already exhausted myself. I guess I apparently forgot to unexhaust myself. So I block for 2. Let's see what the boost does. Boost does 2 more. Well, I'm going to sidestep, and I will pay for sidestep using sidestep. Again, not the greatest of things happen in there, but, well, wait a minute. Actually, let me pay for it using the armor, because if he draws a attack, I would rather have that sidestep in my hand. So I'm going to pay for it using the armor, because I certainly can't play the armor again, unless, of course, it's discard another upgrade, which would not be good. And then afterward, I do a drone or increase threat. I'm going to increase threat. And let's see what my bad card is. Treachery. When revealed, each drone minion engaged with you attacks. If no attacks were made this way, put the top card of the deck in play with you as a drone. Hello, drone. So again, these are just the stats for the drone. That's not an actual drone itself, but it reminds us what the stats are for them. Just a 1/1/1. All right. So, well, I guess I'm paying sidestep to put in one of these civic duties. The nice part is these are upgrades too, so like if I'd gotten that card earlier and I had one of these in play, I could have just discarded it to get the +1 thwart, which would have been nice. Alrighty. So let's see. I am going to thwart first for 2. Remove 2 threat from that scheme. And then I'm going to attack for 1. And that is going to be my entire turn. I'm going to discard this other civic duty and draw back up to 5. Unexhaust myself and see how this goes. I really need an ally, and I think I just drew Scarlet Witch, which is kind of nice. Alright, so 1, again, going to attack me. Oh, I got another one of these Nerves of Steels. But I can sidestep if they do damage beyond. So I'm blocking for 2. They're attacking for 2. Let's see what the boost is. 3 more. So that's not great. So you know what? This Nerves of Steel card is going to come in handy because I'm going to use it to discard to sidestep. Which, oh, you know what? If there's a lightning bolt on it, there is. Hey, all right, even better. So it does 1 damage, right? Deal 1 damage to the enemy. So I blocked all 3 of that damage, and I do 1 damage, plink, to Ultron. Yeah, I like Quicksilver. Oops. Whoa. What's going on here? No. Don't do that. Alright. I do like Quicksilver quite a bit. So I ready after they attack. Maximum velocity is pretty good. Cyclone stuns enemies. Oh. But I would really like Scarlet Witch. Maybe I'll Cyclone him, because I can, stun X enemies, and I could just pay this 1 maximum velocity card, and then I'll keep Scarlet Witch in my hand. I think that's probably what's going to happen. But after it attacks, I've got to add a threat to the scheme, and I've got to draw a bad card. So let's see what happens here. When revealed, each player puts the top card of their deck into play face down, engage with them as a drone. Well, there's that. Thank you. Didn't really want to do that. But, I mean, I guess that's what Ultron is, right? Ultron is the drone master here. Alright, so we're going to attack. Or, I'm sorry, we're going to remove threat from the scheme, because I used a regular action. I get to unexhaust myself. Then I'm going to take out one of these drones over here. And then I'm going to play Cyclone Speed, paying 1 card to stun 1 enemy. And that 1 enemy will be Ultron. Definitely not going to be a drone. Let's make that a little bigger so we don't miss it. Alright, so that is the whole of my turn. I am going to keep Scarlet Witch in my hand. I'm going to do that. And so I will draw 4 more cards. Hey, more Nerves of Steel. Oh, Warlock. I like Warlock a lot. So Warlock is action. Spend a science resource to heal him up to 2 damage from Warlock. So it just tends to stay around a lot. So Scarlet Witch is when you use one of Scarlet Witch's basic powers, discard the top card of the encounter deck. For each boost icon on that card, she gets +1 for that power use. That's a double-sided weapon there because, you know, you're going to have to discard cards from the enemy deck, getting them closer to the end of the deck. And, I mean, when I used it in my first game playing, I drew 2, 0 boosts with it. Now, that's just really bad luck, but, you know, I mean, it certainly could happen, right? I mean, you're going to get probably 3 chances. You probably wouldn't chump with her because that ability could be so powerful. But, you know, you're kind of counting on stuff, and it doesn't come through, so... Oh, this is tough too because you got a +1 defense card, so that would give me +1 in addition to my armor, which would be really good. And then, friction resistance. After you ready Quicksilver, ready this card. Exhaust it to generate a resource. That is too good to pass up. Man, I got a bunch of good stuff here, so I actually think I'm gonna play friction resistance and hold on to my +1 defense. That's a really good hand. But anyway, I'm not going to worry about that right now. Right now, I'm going to worry about the enemy turn. So they're stunned. So let's add that there. We are going to now get attacked by this drone, which does +1 damage. And let's see what happens. Each player puts the top card of the deck into play, face down with them as a drone minion. Well, so there's that. Yeah, so I'm probably not going to get rid of the threat. I'll probably just get rid of the minions. So attack, ready, attack again. Yeah, no, don't want to do that. So these 2 are defeated. Now it's kind of weird because I am going to pay for this resource here. Oh no, +1 defense I'm holding on to. So 1, 2, 3 to get this resource. Now, unfortunately, what I would have loved to do, and in some games you'd be able to do this, but not in Marvel Champions, was so use this resource to get 1 resource, then attack with Quicksilver to ready this resource, and then use it again for a second resource. But that first resource doesn't stick around. You have to pay for something immediately. So this card's great at paying for 2 or 3 cards on a turn. You'll see later. I mean, I like this way better than that defensive one for 1 more cost. Every time when you ready Quicksilver, you ready this card. So I could pay for my defensive card with this card. And then ready during my defensive phase, use it during my attack phase, ready again. So, I mean, this is, I don't know. This is really, really good. Getting it out early makes me very, very happy. But that's it. It was kind of a slow turn there. I'm kind of just building up at this point and trying to survive until I do. +1 defense card in my hand, though. Not too bad. All right, let me ready and draw 4 more cards. All right, so we will add 1 threat to the scheme. Then he will attack me. I will block for 2. Oh, never back down. +2 defense, and if you block it all, yeah, I am going to pay for that. +1 defense. Yeah, all right. So I'm going to play, well, there's no way I play multiple man this turn. 4 is very expensive for where I am in the game right now, so I'm going to do that for never back down. So that gives me +2 defense. If I take no damage, I stun the enemy. So I'm really hoping here. So I got 4 defense. So 1, 2, plus the 2 from the card. That's 4. And let's see what they boost. Come on, 2 or less, 2 or less, 2 or less, 2 or less. Nothing is less than 2. Okay, so Ultron is stunned, which makes me happy. Now, unfortunately, I cannot add a threat to the scheme because that would make this go over the limit. So I am going to have to put a drone in play with me. Now, remember, I do ready myself at this point. Oh, wait a minute. Why would I pay for that with multiple man? That was stupid when I could have paid for it with my resource here. And then I ready myself and unexhaust it. Oh gosh, this is such a good resource. Holy cow. Friction resistance is I don't know. All right, so anyway. So Now what you're thinking is, why don't I block with Quicksilver here? Well, if that's the case, it's limit once per phase, so I would be exhausted then and not get to do stuff on my normal turn. So I'm not going to block here. I'm just going to take that damage, and that's going to be that. And then let's draw Hero. The villain attacks you. Well, it's not the worst thing in the world because he's stunned, but it's not the best thing either because it just gets rid of that stun that I worked so hard to get. So don't love that, but it kind of is what it is. All right. So let's do this. I am going to play multiple man and use my resource, friction resistance, to get +1 defense. So now I am inherently at 3. 1, 2, plus the 1 on my card. Now I'm going to use Quicksilver to attack. I'm going to attack this card here and get rid of it, which lets me ready, which also readies my resource that I just spent. Yup, it is that good. This is a kind of good card too, but I don't really need it this turn. So it would give me +2 thwart, attack, and defense till the end of the round. I mean, imagine that with those quick strikes, and you can do, I mean, that is just an amazing combination. But I don't really need it this turn, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use my friction resistance to pay for this industries card. I don't know that I'm flipping over that much, although my life is pretty low at this point. Exhaust it to shuffle 2 Quicksilver cards from your discard pile into your deck. I mean, as you know, and as you've seen, these Quicksilver cards are pretty good, and that's just free to do when you go to your alter ego side, so not too bad. But for my second thing I'm doing, I'm going to remove the 2 threat. So I punched the drones, and then I'm also going to do that. I'm going to keep maximum velocity in my hand and really hope I get a way to quick strike next turn and really take full advantage of it. I only have 2 cards left in my deck, so that's not great. I still don't have any allies out. This deck does not have a lot of allies, unfortunately. So yeah, that's another thing I kind of wish this deck had more of. But I mean, if it did, it would be, well, I say it'd be too amazing, but at the bottom line is you get to add whatever you want in this game, so I could add more allies, and it could be pretty amazing. So I get 2 maximum velocities in my hand, and a double time. And Order in Chaos I can't use. That's only when you have Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch. Nerves of Steel, I mean, it might be worth paying for now that I get the free resource. We'll see. We'll see. All right, so let's see what happens here. We are going to add 1 threat here. Ultron is going to attack me. I'm going to defend for 3. Unfortunately, I have nothing to boost with it. But he gets the boost, so he gets +1. Well, I blocked all 3 anyway. I'm going to ready myself afterward. He's going to add 1 more threat to the scheme instead of adding a drone. And we are going to take our card. The villain attacks you. Of course he does. So, All right, I mean, I'm going to have to block. I don't really have a choice here, and that's unfortunate given the cards that I have in my hand. But, I mean, I just have to. There's not much I can do about it. So, I mean, if I don't, and I draw the wrong card, the game's over and I lose. So, I'm blocking for 3, and he attacks for 2 only, which would not have killed me. But, I mean, if they drew a 2 or a 3, I was dead. So, not much I could do. Choose to either spend a science resource or put the top card of your deck face down, engage with you as a drone. I'm hoping I have a science in my hand, because to be honest, his hand's not great. So there you go, double time. I will spend that and not put a drone in front of me. Oh yeah, no, I can deal with that threat. I can deal with that threat, because I did not want to have to worry about that, but at this point I don't have to. Okay. But I did need to put a drone in front of me because I can't add 1 more threat. So that drone is coming in front of me. But, oh, hold on a second. Oh, I can't get rid of this. I can't get rid of this. I need this. So I am going to take another drone as well. I need maximum velocity. It's like the 1 card that's useful for me this turn. Because, again, Order in Chaos has to be a team up. So I can't do that. Maximum velocity is not great. Now, when I flip over, I am going to get to cycle two of my cards. So I'm going to try not to spend too much here. But I am going to spend one of my maximum velocities because I'm certainly not using that this turn. And my resource here to to pay for double time. Choose two of the options. So I'm going to remove 2 threat and I'm going to do 2 damage. So I'm going to remove one of these drones. Oh, always be running. That's good, especially with my industries, because I do think I'm going to have to flip, and I'm going to remove 2 threat from the scheme. Just so that way it doesn't pop right away and then pop again. I mean, I could get really lucky and it doesn't pop, but I just feel like I have to flip. I don't think I have much of a choice here. So I'm going to discard these 2 just because I'm not going to be able to use them to draw 2 new cards, because that is Superpower Siblings. Discard 2 to draw 2. Ooh, and I could stun it, but that's only if I'm in hero form. Sidestep doesn't do me any good, so believe it or not, again, we are at the point where we are playing this defensive resource card, which, I mean, certainly with this one, I don't know that I need, but it is what it is, right? Like, and then I'm going to do this to shuffle 2 of my cards back into my deck. So let me search those cards and let's see. See what I want to put back. Maximum. Always be running. Definitely want one of those back in my deck. And then Cyclone Speed seems really good. I also like that one back in my deck. All right. Shuffle those up. Some of those other ones are really good as well, but do not click this X. I made that mistake in my last playthrough, which was part of the technical difficulties. So, yeah, doing TTS in windowed mode and having those 2 X's right next to each other is no bueno for me. So actually, next turn I can shuffle 2 more cards back in as well. So it's not the worst thing. I mean, look, this is not ideal. I don't want to have to go to the next stage of the villain up here, but I mean, it's just going to happen, almost definitely. So, but there are some benefits to being on this side, including getting to draw some cards, which makes me happy. Ooh, and I got some multiple man. I got some never back down, which is not very useful. Ooh, I got some 3 always be runnings. Holy moly. So I can definitely do some attacks this turn. And in fact, every time I use it, it pays for itself. Yeah, so this is going to be kind of a fun turn, I think, as far as doing lots of damage, doing some, I mean, unfortunately, Civic Duty is not going to do me that much good, but we'll see. This could be a super fun boom, 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 1 damage, 1 damage, 1 damage kind of thing. All right, so let's add 1 here. He is going to scheme for 1 and boost it. Please don't flip. It does, so that's a second one. So 1, 2, that gets it to its 3. When revealed, each player puts the top card of their deck into play face down, engaged with them as a drone. And that's unfortunate because, I mean, it doesn't matter too much, but because the drones have not schemed yet. So now both drones are going to scheme for 1, so I put 2 up there. Like I said, it doesn't matter too much because I'm getting rid of it anyway. But let's do a lot of punching, getting rid of a lot of drones here. Shall we? And also get multiple man back into play. So this is one of the fun things. Wait a minute. It's a hero action. You can ready him. Ooh. Oh, okay. So I can heal. All right. So I'm going to heal first. Oh, wait. I can't do that yet. I haven't drawn my bad card yet. Look out. Oh, wait. Does anything else happen? Force response. After placing a threat here during step 1. Yeah, so no more. So I do got to deal with this, though. Oh, flip to your alter ego form and exhaust him to remove it from the game. Yeah, unfortunately. Because otherwise it's really bad. Exhaust your identity. You cannot ready until your next turn ends. Yeah, no thank you. Don't want that. So I'll exhaust myself to remove it from the game. All right, so I don't get to heal, unfortunately. That is kind of a shame. But let's go ahead and start by flipping over. And we are going to use this resource here to always be running, which readies me, which also readies this resource. Now I'm going to pay for multiple man. One. Well, actually, I'm going to pay for this one off to the side. 2, 3, and one of my always be runnings. 4. Pay for multiple men, which puts 2 multiple men into play. So if you read it, response after multiple man enters play, search your deck in hand for a copy of multiple man, put it into play. Shuffle your deck if it was searched that way. Well, I didn't have to because they were both in my, or one was in my discard pile. So now I'm going to attack and destroy one of these drones. Wait a minute. I made a mistake. I forgot to shuffle in 2 cards. I did not have that always be running, but let me search. I know I've got some cards that I can put in. Maximum velocity and double time. I definitely want double time. And we will also put in a maximum velocity because I did not have any always be runnings as options. So I'm going to put those in when I was on my alter ego side. Shuffle them up. Sorry for doing things a little bit out of order. So I am attacking now. When I attack, I remove this card here, which readies both of these. I'm going to pay this to do this to ready myself, and I get one final attack. And, oh, I'm sorry, remove threat from the scheme. Let's do that. All right, so let's ready up and go from here. All right, draw my 5 cards and on to the next phase. Double time, always be running, sidestep. Okay, all right, so adding 1 threat to the scheme. Now this says either add 2 more threat to the scheme or put a drone in play. I'm going to add 2 more threat to the scheme. Ultron attacks for 2. I am going to defend that. And I'm going to play sidestep. Well, not yet. All right. So I'm going to boost it. I'm going to pay sidestep though. Ultron heals 1 damage for each drone. Well, there aren't any drones right now. He does 3 damage, and I block for 3. But I'm still going to use this resource to pay for sidestep. Do I want to do that? Nah, I won't do that. All right, so after he goes, I can either add a threat to the scheme, which I will, or add a drone. So I'm going to add a threat to the scheme, and then I am going to take my card. Let's see what happens. When revealed, Ultron heals 2 damage per drone minion engaged with you. If no damage was healed, card gains surge. Maybe I should have had a drone in play with me. Ultron drone's environment, +1 attack and hit point, and I got to discard 1 of each type to get rid of it. Do I have 1 of each type? Ooh, I have a fist here. So yes, I actually never use this resource. So, okay. So first things first on my turn, I am going to discard 1 of each type. That's 1, 2. So that's science and fists. So I need to discard a lightning bolt. 2. You know what? I'm getting rid of always be running. As much as I like that card, being able to stun seems better right now. All right. So I am done with this, and then I am going to remove 2 threat from the scheme. Ready myself. Ready my resource card. I am going to use my resource to pay for cyclone speed and stun Ultron. Seems pretty good. Why is this card here? Was I supposed to get this at the beginning? Oh, no. I'm sorry. This is the old stage. I was like, what is going on here? All right, so Ultron is stunned. And I am going to... Did I remove 4 threat from the scheme or 2? 2. I'm going to remove 2 more. And then, believe it or not... Oh, yeah, I'm just going to discard this. Double time's pretty good. I'd like to have that around for next turn. All right, let me unexhaust. Let me draw 4 cards. And it is almost my turn because he is stunned. So not a whole lot happens here. Oh, I'm going to add 2 more threat to scheme instead of adding a drone. And Ultron schemes. Discard the... hero. Ultron attacks you. Discard the top card of your deck for each damage dealt by this attack. Well, hopefully that is no cards. Because I am obviously defending. I defend for 3 naturally. I unfortunately don't have anything else. So he's attacking for 2. 3, 4, 5. Wow. Alright, so I do take 2 damage here. Not great. So I gotta discard 2 cards. And afterward, I'm gonna add a threat to the scheme. Let's see if that's right. Oh, let me double check that it's not discard them. Yep, so just discard it. Alright. So, I got some double time, I got some maximum velocity. Both of those are really good. +1 attack is really good. Oh, and this is a permanent +1 attack. Alright, so I'm going to spend 1, 2 resources to get a permanent +1 to my attack. Oh, I would have readied after, but that would have been... Wait a minute. Did I boost? Yes, he attacked me again. Yep. All right. So I'm going to add a permanent +1 attack for 2 resources, and then I am going to spend... I want this +1 attack, but I might not be able to do it and play one of the other ones. I'm not. I'm just coming up 1 resource short here and there here. All right. So, you know what? Instead, I'm just going to do this. It's not working out with this extra resource thing. Either that or I'm just not seeing it right now. So I'm going to do this to +2 to all my stats for this turn. And I'm just going to double attack. After my first attack, everything readies. And there's my second attack. Oh, you know what? I should have blocked with multiple man. If I'd done that, yeah, that was stupid. I forgot I had multiple man around. I forgot you were even there. All right, so my attack is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be a total of 8 attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down to 4. And then multiple man, I'm going to have them... What am I going to have you do? Because, yeah, if I had done something with them before, then I probably would have not forgotten to block with them. Yeah, they'll take down 2 damage. I'm not going to worry too much about the scheme, although if this goes off, I'm in trouble. So next time, I might put a drone engage with me. We'll see. All right. So let me unexhaust everything. Let me draw 5 cards. And Nerves of Steel. Exhaust it to generate a resource for a defensive event. Yeah, we know that one. Sidestep. That's the one I'm really... Take any amount of damage, prevent 3 of it. If you paid for this using a lightning bolt, deal 1 to an enemy. That is exactly what I want here. Okay, so I'm going to add 1 threat to a scheme, and I am going to put a drone into play. I am going to block. So he is going to attack me for 2 plus 1 for a total of 3. I am going to... He's just 1, right? 1 threat on the scheme, or put a drone in play. I'll add 1 threat to the scheme. When this attacks me, I'm going to use this resource to sidestep it. That is a lightning resource. So I get to plunk 1 damage to somebody, and that will be to this drone. So, that's a double resource. That's a shame. Ooh, 2 adrenaline rushes. Seems good. All right. Yes. All right. So let's see where I'm at right now. I need to draw one of these. And Ultron drones. Do not like this card. So they need 4 damage, and then when you destroy them, they just turn into a drone anyway, and they have guard. So this might be... Oh, I forgot to unexhaust myself after blocking. And why is this one still exhausted? I don't know. All right. So, I'm going to pay 1 resource to put this down. Wait, do I want to do it that way? No, I'm going to pay 2 resources. So that one and this one to double time. Choose 2 of the following. You may choose the same option twice. So I'm just going to do 4 damage here to get rid of... No, I'm going to remove 4 threat from the scheme. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to attack myself. So I do 2 damage. So let's see. Copy that, move it there, add 1 more damage. So that's 2 damage. And then I'm going to ready myself and ready this. Use this to pay for this. And I'm going to do 2 more damage to remove the Ultron drone, which doesn't really get rid of what they were doing, but helps me a little bit at least. Because it's just 1 less thing I got to deal with. All right, so let us add 1 threat to the scheme, and then I'll add 2 more threat to the scheme because I don't want to add another drone. Oh, well, let's see what I draw first, actually, because that may make a difference. Let me unexhaust everything. Ooh, I got Scarlet Witch. I definitely want to play that. Oh, and +2 thwarting. So yes, definitely add 2 more. Ultron's going to attack for 2. I'm just going to actually take this with 1 of my multiple men over here. Well, I guess there's no reason. Well, no, there is a reason not to. All right, so 1 of my multiple men is going to block this. Deal 1 damage to each character you control. Well, thankfully I blocked with that multiple man, but unfortunately the other one is going to get destroyed as well. So I do take 1 damage from that, which wasn't great, but then I'm going to block this drone's attack, and then which lets me ready again. And let's see what happens here. Look out below! Shadows of the Past. Oh, that is not ever what you want to see. Alright, so Avalanche is my enemy, and here is my side scheme. And we'll shuffle these Avalanche cards into the deck. Oh my, this is terrible. Alright, so 2 per player. In Sight 1, when revealed, place 1 threat on the main scheme. And I cannot do anything about the main scheme until I get rid of that. Now, it's only 2. I'm more worried about Avalanche and what's going on with Avalanche here. In Sight 2, when revealed, place 2 threat on the... Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Oh, my. Oh, my. Oh, my. Oh, my. When revealed, each player must choose to either take 2 indirect damage or exhaust their identity. Well, I mean, there's no choice there. I have to do that, which means... because if I took 2 indirect damage, I'm dead. Yeah, no, this is not good. So that scheme is definitely going to pop next turn. Nothing I can do about it. I can't really do too much on this turn at all, except I am certainly going to play Scarlet Witch. So let's start with that. And I will do that paying 1 resource here, and I will pay 1 civic duty, because actually my removing threat is going to have no effect on the last stage, so this actually doesn't do any bad for me either. So I don't really care about that. I'm going to have to destroy as much as possible, but I can't really. I mean, I can guarantee the death of this thing. I probably won't kill this, so Scarlet Witch is going to attack the drone, which, yeah, this is not good. Boost. So nothing. Because it's a star, she only gets extra icons for... Yeah, I'm not sure whether she's worth it yet. I mean, obviously at this point, I needed anything to just do some damage. Oh, and I'm out of cards too, which is gonna... Yeah. Alright, so this was not a good showing. This is definitely about to end in a very, very brutal way. I mean, bottom line, if I don't flip over I have 1 life left, and I am very likely to die. If I do flip over, I'm just going to add a ton of threat to the scheme, which can't be removed. So I am literally stuck between a rock and a hard place here. I am going to flip over, discarding these 2 cards and seeing if I draw something, anything that could possibly, I don't even know what it could be, help me. Well, that would have been nice to be able to ready myself. Hero action, discard civic, +1 thwart. You know what? I am just going to discard. Oh, I draw 3 cards because I have Scarlet Witch. Okay, well, it's something anyway. Double time I can't do anything about, but all right, so let me. Oh, these 2 together seem really good. Oh, no, they don't. That's not the one. So I'm going to use double time to put civic action down. Basically, at this point, I'm just trying to get it out of my deck. I got 2 of them there, but I don't really need either of them because I'm not going to be able to remove threat on the last phase. So let's see. Steve says, "Wah, Shadows of the Past." Yes, no, Shadows of the Past is no bueno. That is for darn sure. What did I just do? Yeah, well, that is not right. I don't add that yet. I need to unexhaust first. Yeah, no, this is there's a lot of not good stuff happening right here. Oh, I do get to shuffle this back into my deck. Sorry, before the end of my turn, I would have been able to do that with Serval Industries. So let me shuffle that back in. That would have been the end of my last turn, and now it is the enemy's turn. All right, so 1 threat to the scheme. I can either add 2 more or a drone. I mean, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to add 2 more. Go here. When revealed, each player puts the top card of their deck face down. I mean, I might lose right here anyway due to scheme. I mean, I literally have 1 turn. There's 0 chance I get through this. So with that being said, actually, I wouldn't, knowing, oh, yeah, no, it doesn't matter. All right, so let's flip it. So he is going to scheme for 1. So we've now got 1 threat on this scheme, and the drone is going to scheme for 1, and my nemesis is going to scheme for 1. Yeah, so there's the thing. Yeah, there's the thing. None of that was great. So now I need another bad card as well. So let's see what these look like. Attached to drones, why not? Just make them tougher. That changes them from this to this. All my face down drone cards are now this. So they now have 2 attack, 1 scheme, and 2 life now. So that's awesome. Oh, well, yeah. When revealed, each player puts the top card of their deck engaged with them as a drone. Place 1 threat here for each drone minion in play. So it's going to get a total threat of 6. But again, I don't know that it matters. It's not great. None of this is great. So again, threat cannot be removed from this scheme. So I mean, both of these. Oh no, this up arrow is terrible. But again, I mean, I'm losing next turn no matter. Well, no, I would have 1 more turn if I could get rid of all the threat here, and somehow find a way to live through my next turn. Which, yeah, no, I don't think it's likely. I mean, maybe I get super lucky and everything comes out roses. I mean, I don't even think I can afford to heal here. I just got to flip and go. So I can discard 2 cards. Let me do that. Let me discard these 2 to draw 3 and see if something pops up that will... Oh, I got a lot of always be running, so I can keep readying myself with this resource. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. And I could pay for multiple man. All right, so, I mean, all hope really is lost, but I'll pretend not all hope is lost. Oh, and actually, my extra thwarting might help out here. All right, so I'm going to flip over. I am going to pay for multiple man. So that is 1, or that's 1, 2. Going to pay that and never back down. So that is the 4 resources I needed to pay for multiple man. Let me search my deck for another copy of multiple man. I mean, if I find a way out of this, like, that'll be ridiculous. Just absolutely ridiculous. But you never... Well, I mean, there's no way. I have 2 turns left. I mean, I really just have to hyper-focus on the villain. Like, yeah. Yeah, there's no way. All right. So I got 2 copies of Multiple Man there. So I'm going to... I'm going to spend these 2 to get my thwarting up to 4. Oops. I just put my deck there. And I'd flipped it. Well... Again, I don't know that it matters. Sure. It really does not matter. Because I'm dead in a second anyway. Alright, so get my thwarting up to 4. So sure, I will thwart this scheme down to 2. Boink, 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 boink. We will have Scarlet Witch attack. Let's see what she can do to Avalanche. Come on, draw a 3. Boom! 3! Alright, well, I mean... That's not terrible. After I attack, I ready my resource. So let me scheme again to remove the last 2 from this so I don't just instantly die at the beginning of the next turn. All right, and then I'm going to use this resource to ready myself, which then readies the resource. Man, I wish I had a lot of these attack boosts out right now. I'm going to use 1, though. So now I'm attacking for 3 with every attack. Oh, by the way, well, not yet. I'm going to say I'm going to probably kill these drones, but... so the first attack for 3, boom, flips to... advances to the next Ultron. Next stage of Ultron. Force response. So nothing happens here. He's got 22 life. All right. So, wait, no. This readied with me. I needed to attack to do that. So then, I'm going to pay this to do always attacking to ready myself to attack again for 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Ready this resource. Wait. How does that work? Did that work right? Oh, yeah. When I paid for that, I would have readied myself and readied this. So then I pay this resource. Wait, no. So then I got to attack again. Attack for 3 more. That's what it was. Okay. I didn't... Yeah, I would have had to pay this to attack that last time. I think I'm right now. So I got 3 attacks off because of this stuff. I think that is right. So I'm actually going to have multiple men attack this. Now again, I put some cards, like there are cards in here that shouldn't be in here because they were part of my discard pile. I apologize, but it wasn't worth me figuring out how to... Oh, those drones each have 2 life. Hold on. These drones each have 2 life. So multiple men would have killed 1 of the 2 drones. You know what? I'm going to take 3 damage off of him and say I killed the other one. All right. And Scarlet Witch, I'm going to have her attack. I mean, again, next turn, it's all or nothing. Like, there's no... there's nothing else. Like, it's all or nothing. Like, I have 1 turn, basically, to make this happen. So, because there's no way to remove threat from the scheme. So I'm adding a threat here. He attacks for 2, but before doing that, he adds a drone in, or... No, just adds a drone in, I think. I mean, even if it is add threat to the scheme, who cares? I can't do it. All right, so he's attacking for 2 plus 1, so that's 3. I could block 3, but I'm going to block with multiple man. Let's boost it. Oh, wait. Maybe not. I have sidestep. Never mind. I'm going to block myself. All right, so I am blocking for 3. He attacks for 3. I'm going to flip this. So he actually ends up attacking for 5. I am going to use this resource to sidestep and do 1 damage, and I'm going to do it to him because, I mean, that's really all that matters. So I do unexhaust. When you defend against attack, +2, so that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Double time hopefully will matter. And multiple man, there's no way. Well, actually, if I kill off a multiple man, so I'll do that now. With the block. Oh, well, yeah, I have to. So attacking for 2, multiple man blocks, and then let's see what this is. I mean, I don't think I have a chance. The villain schemes. Well, that's it. Yep. Nothing I can do about that. They're going to scheme for 2 plus a boost. Deal 1 damage to each character you control. So I died in multiple ways. All of my characters just died from that boost of concussive blast, as well as losing to threat on the scheme with 2 more there. Oh, but thanks for joining me. I do have a lot of fun with Quicksilver. I think he'd be great. I don't think anybody in the game could compete with him. I mean, that's probably not true. There are some. But for removing threat from the scheme, seems like he's really good. It seems like he's going to have really big, fun turns. I do think this friction resistance is his most important card. I think it's a must-play when you see it. I do like boosting up his stats. I think that's fun, so he gets more powerful as the game goes on. I don't know. I like him a lot. I think he is fun. I don't know how good yet, but I think he is fun. But I definitely had fun playing against Ultron. I think if I had 1 or 2 more turns, I don't think I was going to kill him this turn. But I think well, let's see. What would I have boosted with Scarlet Witch's attack on him? 1. Yeah, I mean, Scarlet Witch, that's the other thing. I don't know. I guess the higher level you play, the better she's going to be. Playing at standard difficulty, she's not that great. But actually playing at higher levels, she would be much better because there's a lot more boosting going on. But anyway, that is Quicksilver. I hope you enjoyed it. So until next time, we will look forward to playing with you at the next stop. Bye!